Okay, so in one of my last talks, I was talking to, my students. I was talking to all of you about how English can really make you happy. And some people actually believed me, and some people said, oh no, he's pulling our tail. He's telling us just another one of his wild stories. And I have so many students that come to me. And some of them, they have this enthusiasm, there's something about them. And before they even walk into the classroom, they have this attitude that just says all over the wall, I can and I will, and there's nothing in this entire world that will stop me. And those are the students that actually make it. And they find the happiness. And then there's these students that come to me, and as soon as I look in their faces, as soon as they look at me, they have this face that says, oh, I wasn't born to do this. I cannot do this. I have a mathematical mind. Language is not for me. Oh, I could never learn a foreign language. It's impossible. I can't memorize things. Reading, is boring. No, I could never do this. So students like this, even if they have the greatest teacher in the world, somebody like Noam Chomsky, the doctor of linguistics from MIT, they won't learn. They won't learn anything. Actually, nothing can teach people like this with the mindset before even going into some kind of situation that they're going to fail. So, how do you learn? It has not much to do with, natural talent or anything like that. It has to do with attitude and mindset. And what I mean by mindset is this. Think of yourself as just a leaf and you're falling into this great big ocean. And this huge big ocean is very mysterious, it's deep, it's dark, and once you hit the top, you don't know where it's going to take you. You can go north, south, east, west, you don't know where the winds are blowing, storms are going to come, but you're a tiny little feather and you're just landing on this great big ocean. And you don't know what's going to happen. And that's basically our situation here, on this earth. And so you have two types of people. You have people who have the attitude of, wow, this is all pretty amazing. It's not only beautiful, but the whole thing is making me really happy. And then there's others that are very frightened. You can see the fear in their eyes, and they don't want any part of it. These are the people we call negative. And nothing really good comes from these people, because they're always spewing negativity everywhere they go. And, I live in this world, you live in this world, we have to deal with these people. This is a chance for us to practice compassion. And so when a student comes to me with this negative attitude, I can see it on their face. I'm trying to, teach a lesson, try to make them laugh, try to make it interesting, and they're, like they ate, old sushi or something and they're having stomach problems. No, that's just the way they are. We have to deal with them. They're on this planet too. But then you have these students. It's not just studying English, it's their whole relationship with the whole world and their relationship with people. And they have this attitude that no matter what happens, I know I'm a feather and I'm just going to be thrown into this huge ocean. But that is the human condition. But they have this attitude that says, no matter how difficult it becomes, I will overcome everything. And they use will. I will. Nothing will stop me. Absolutely nothing in this entire world will stop me from doing this. This is, whatever it is my passion is. Nothing will stop me. With this attitude, people like this, they live in abundance. And I don't just mean material abundance. I mean just being with these people. They live in abundance. These are the eternally happy people. And you can find them. Yeah, they're out there. And what they're saying is something very simple. You just have to change the way you think. So I have this friend of mine, a teacher, Igor Shavkunova. And he's constantly studying English. Always studying. I mean, he's a teacher, but he's just constantly studying. I'm like, well, Igor, you're already advanced. You're beyond advanced. Why do you keep doing this, memorizing this and that? And he said to me, I have to. I mean, not only to keep everything fresh, but I have to do it because I can't tell somebody to do something that I myself am not doing or have not done. So he says, I can't tell my students to memorize 30 words that I myself have not memorized. I can't tell my students to decipher this whole text or this movie if I myself haven't first become a master in this material. I was like, oh wow, that's pretty interesting. I've never really thought of it that way. But then he told me this really old fable. And it was about this mother, and she had a son, and the son kept eating sweets. And he was addicted to sweets. I mean, his teeth were rotting, but he didn't care. He just kept eating all these sweets and sweets. So she took this boy to a wise man. And the wise man said, okay, right now I can't really help you, but come back in a week. Come back in a week and I'll help you. And they left. And then they came back in a week. And then the wise man finally taught the boy. He says, look, you're going to have to stop eating sweets. And I don't know what it is the wise man said, but when he talked to the little boy, that's it. The little boy stopped eating sweets and never went back to it. And, the mother, she went back to the old man and says, why did it take this week? Why did it take so long? Why didn't you just come at the very beginning and tell him so that he would have stopped before? And he said, I could not. I couldn't do it because I couldn't tell him to stop sweets, not even last week, because I myself were still eating them. And my friend Igor, he kind of sticks with this principle. He's going through all of the work. He's studying all of this. And not only that, he's bringing passion into it. And this, of course, transfers into the student. So this is another great secret. Another great secret is this. It's not just working and working hard. It's finding passion within something. So once you find passion within something, and this something could be 1,000 different things. It could be music. It could be language. It could be literature. It could even be business. It could be interpersonal relationships. But once you find this spark that is inside, that is passion. And when I mean passion in the mode of goodness. So when you have this passion, then you could learn. If you don't have this passion, it's just going to be rote memorization, like teaching a dead class. Like me going up to my students and just copying over and over the same thing and saying, memorize, memorize, memorize. I would put the students asleep. And so Igor kind of has the same tactics he used. You find passion that's already in the language. And when you yourself have passion, only then can you give it to another person. You can't give it to another person if you don't yet have it. And so that's the whole point of this story. First, find something that you are so utterly fascinated with. Like in English we say, something that blows your hair back. Something that really does it for you. But something that is so life-inspiring. Something that is so great it creates mythologies. And you take that, and I can't tell you what it is, because everybody is very unique. But you take that, and just with that passion, your learning will take off 1,000 miles an hour. And you'll see yourself one morning waking up, well, I'm a beginner, but I have a pretty amazing attitude. And you'll see yourself at the end of the year waking up, well, now I'm advanced. And now I'm ready for something miraculous and wonderful to happen.